what other issues can we really bring before this environment ministry? Because sometimes when we talk about floods, we also talk about sewage or septic tanks that ultimately will be emptied onto the streets, and epidemic and the fallout from all of that. But again, is it just about flood?
No, the environment is total. Environment beginning from even the way you use your water in your house, the way you dispose of waste in your house, it concerns the Ministry of Environment.
So that's waste disposal.
So that waste, first of all, solid waste disposal is our responsibility. We have an agency that manages that, the LOMA.
Yes.
Wastewater, we have a wastewater agency that manages that. Those are all the ministry. Pollution, industrial water pollution and everything is our responsibility. We have LASEPA that does that. So basically, there are many things you can take to the Ministry of Environment, ranging from pollution, also to even nuisance, or noise pollution. People, blaring loudspeaker.
I thought there was a law on that.
No, there's a law. There's a law on that, really. There's a law on that.
Because they still flattered.
Even if you find somebody, even people maintaining poultry in residential areas and so on. Okay. These are things that are very wrong, that people don't realize, that you can take to them. Ordinarily, the local government should be able to take up some of this responsibility. But many of these local governments do not have the capacity to even deal with it, because sometimes you require experts. You have skilled people to be able to deal with some of these matters, particularly wastewater, pollution, and so on. People will be able to measure. And so, for instance, if you want to measure the level of pollution, noise pollution, and so on, the SEPA can do that for you, because we have the equipment to do that. So,
you have the equipment to do that?
Yes, the LASEPA. If you go to that, we have the LASEPA.
That's interesting, because I know that a host of people will be living in places where they have churches and mosques that are forever making noise in there. They do all nights, they do all sorts in residential areas. And I'm sure they'll be interested in knowing how they can actually get these people to stop making noise.
Exactly. If you just need to write to the Minister of Environment, either to the Commissioner, and so on. If the local government cannot deal with it, you can write regularly on a daily basis. I can tell you, we deal with a lot of issues in Lagos in terms of enforcement. Sometimes we do mediation and so on. You have issues in the residential areas where people are somebody's septic tank. It has not cleared it, and then it's already spilling over into other residential or into the drains and so on. Those are people you can, or somebody not carrying his waste.
So these are numbers people can, because the first resident said, well, he writes letters, he sends emails, and no one has responded. So with these numbers, is it a sure thing that when you pick a phone and call these numbers, someone will pick up and address the situation?
And also we have emails as well that you can and regularly, the amount of cases that we deal with on a daily basis, sometimes it takes 3 days for them to get back to you, because they have a number of cases. Most of the time in the morning, you have our people on the road. Then you have also, we have Directorate of Monitoring and Enforcement, where if you issue complaints to them and so on, complaining about maybe somebody not discharging his waste properly,
like sanitation
matters and so on. They are on the road all the time, and so every day. Cases, sometimes they have to visit almost about 50 places in a day, all over Lagos and so on. Yes, that is the level. The kind of things that, if you go to even up to night, you see 5 people in the office. 8 and 9 o'clock, you get to Minister of Environment, you still 5 people.
Okay, this is for the sewage matters.
Sewage matter, that's waste. The wastewater matters for septic tanks and all those things and so on. So we have. We have all those things, we deal with it. These are matters that local government should
including beautification.
I like this.
No.
What do you do?
Landscaping.
For example,
if you see somebody encroaching on our beautified sites or landscape sites and so on.
No, I thought maybe you can come to my neighborhood, for instance, and say, you guys should.
If you have an open.
No. I'm thinking that maybe you can go into neighborhoods and say, well, this place can take some.
The interesting thing about that is that people we'll be doing that. If you go to several parts of Lagos, Bagada, where we've even developed football fields with landscape side. There are a lot of football fields in Lagos developed by Lagos State government under the beautification scheme. Even lawn tennis courts and so on. Go to Bagada, go to several areas. So if you have an open space in a neighborhood, you feel that not only your own family that will use it, that everybody for the community and so will be willing to take it up as long as it's for the benefits of the.
Sorry, let me take you back to roads. Pardon me, Ikorodu Road.
Yes.
There was some sort of talk about either expanding the road or reconstructing the road. What's going on with that road?
What we want to do, our plan is to develop, to expand the by 12 to Ikorodu end.
Okay.
That is the road we have, and that will also solve part of the the flood problem that they have in Owode, because I believe that road will now be raised, and so that the water will not flow to the road again and so on. Their own plan is to, because that's our own road. The corridor belongs to the federal government. What we are now doing for the corridor is to do the street lights. They are going to have, I'm sure in the next few months or so, they are going to, the whole of the corridor will be well lit at night. So that is the only one we are doing now. But the one we are responsible for is from between Mile 12 and the end of the corridor. We are expanding the road and to develop for the people of the corridor so that they can have easy passage and
I'm also very interested in the education aspect of your ministry, because if you look at it, a host of people might not exactly know, first of all, what their rights are, what their duties are towards their own neighbors as well, and their duties towards the state and the environment, because we know illegal disposal of waste, not knowing the health implications, because they are very closely related, environment and health.
Yeah.
How have you been able to, educate the masses on what exactly they're supposed to be doing and how they can actually help your environment, your ministry to be a little more efficient?
Yeah.